Let's shine our spotlight on filmmaker Uyoyou Adia, who continues to carve a space in Nollywood, from modest beginnings to making bold strides in storytelling. She reflects on the work behind fan-favorite titles like Casa de Novia, Life, and AU. She also pulls back the curtain on her latest project, EVI, offering insight into the creative process and challenges of bringing a musical to life.
When I was doing my IT, I remember I did a 9 to 5 for my IT, and I told myself, yeah, 9 to 5 is not for me. I wasn't interested. And I got into the home vida workshop for writing. I met Mr. Chris O'Day. I did some auditions here and there, to pursue my acting career. But when I met Mr. Chris, I told him that, listen, I had a story, myself and some of my colleagues at the time, we had a story. It was a football story, and he was interested in it. He seemed pretty interested in it. I'd also started shooting films on my phone. It had gone for several festivals, won awards and stuff. And after that, I followed him to Abuja. I followed him to Abuja, and then I became the AD on his set. He was shooting a Hausa series at the time. I was the AD of the set. That was the first time I went behind the scene, and I was like, I don't want to be an actor anymore. Yeah, I don't want to be an actor anymore. I think this is where I want to be, because I understand why people, respond to actors the way they do, celebrities and stuff, but I think a real work happens behind the scene.
We're gathered here this evening to celebrate my daughter.
When I did Charge and Bill was my first cinema film. I was like, and the pressure is different. I was like, oh my God, this is my first film going to the cinemas. How am I going to do this? What am I going to do? I hope I'll be able to do this. But I had good people by my side. And we did it. Then I did my next cinema film, Hey You.
How did I get posted to somewhere else?
Really? You brought your father?
It wasn't about, oh my God, I'm going to the cinema anymore. It was about, that was a very intimate story for me, because I wanted to prove a point, not to people, but to myself. Because I had written and I directed Hey You as well. Hey You is one of the stories that is dear to my heart. And there were scenes in that film that, before we directed, the actors were asking me, are you sure this is going to come out well and stuff. I was also scared, but I cannot be showing them that I'm scared, But when it came out very well, and I was proud of myself. Then I did, Silent Intruder. The challenge on that one was different, because it was a psychological drama that had a bit of action here and there,
Like after one appointment.
That was you trying?
Sexual unfulfillment is just an excuse for an affair.
Well, have you considered that this may be the best that Dave has to offer?
I plan to bring out the beast in my man.
Life was is a very, it's a dramatic film, but you could easily make a mistake. So at every point in time, I had to know exactly what we were doing, because in life, the characters swapped bodies. So people should not be going acting, differently from what they are supposed to be doing. It's easy to make mistakes and stuff like that. Then I did Casa de Novia. Casa de Novia is the one with the ghosts. And that one went on Prime. That one was very, very technical. That's the most technical film I've ever, directed. But I'm glad for the company I did it for, or with, Ant Hill. They were also they were hands-on when it came to the VFX and the building of the set and everything that we used to accomplish Casa de Novia.
I'm a Fosa Ibenovia. It's nice to meet you. Bye.
Man, there's a ghost in my house.
What's his name?
Osa Inova. Ibova. Gogosa. Igobos.
I'm really excited about EVI. EVI is my most challenging project yet and my biggest project yet.
You can't go
EVI is a music drama. It's about the character EVI that goes through the ups and downs in the music industry. Not necessarily because the music industry is terrible, but because she did not know herself. I've always wanted to do a film that was heavy on music, or that is heavy on music, because I'm a sucker for a good music drama.
Talent could get you in the room, but your attitude, that's what keeps you in there.
The universe will always give you a star.
There was an article that was released sometime this year about the film, and it said the lyrics of the songs are dialogues that the character could not say. And that is how the album is tailored. When you listen to the album of EVI on its own, you are just vibing to songs and all of that, but they mean something. Every line, every lyric means something. It's a dialogue that the character could not say to herself or say to anyone else. The best way she knew how to deliver the dialogue was to sing it. And that's what EVI is about.
You are not as big as you think you are.
I'm done on a man. There's nothing left for me here.
Rest your head, switch out. Maybe the stars are not for you.
I feel like for the very first time, I have found someone who truly inspires me.
Should I leave or stay?
I have not done a lower project after I've done a big project. So the dream or the goal is to keep going higher and higher. I did a series like 2 years ago that I'm hoping to come out sometime this year. Or rather, we did a series that we're hoping to come out sometime this year. And when it comes out, that's another, stepping stone for me. We're planning to do another series this year, bigger than what we have done, bigger than EVI itself, right? So that will not be my biggest project, yet. But the goal is just to keep going higher, to keep growing, and to keep being grounded in my beliefs.